If the local media's display of a yellow ribbons or black front pages is considered a preface to the World Press Freedom Day yesterday, then the decision last night to establish an Institute of Journalists (IOJ) must be the kickoff to a new era for Malaysian journalism. Some 80 journalists, many of whom are veterans or editors in new outlets, gather a national press club to discuss the formations of an independent body to advance the noble profession.
Very briefly, I care about my reputation. I know you do too. But there are no safeguards to protect our profession. And I see the IOJ as providing that safeguard. And I see a lot of young people coming through the ranks and they are lost, intimidated, both in the newsroom and when they are out. And I just want to help. I know I can help and I know I can contribute a lot.
Hi, my name is Jahawa Sadiq. I started out as a journalist 25 years ago. And the first thing I did was to join the NUJ. So that took care of my salary. Then I joined the press club. In '82 we helped reform the press club with KHLM so that we could get cheap beers. And I was secretary for a few years when we got free beers. But all along we never had, as Govind said, we've never ever had anything that took care of our professional interests. Many of you here have been journalists for a long time. At the back there's Ben Di Kunha. He can remember the time when Dr. Mahathir drank rum and coke. So that's a long time ago. That was before '69. Stephen Gan at the back worked in the Sun newspaper. So did Primish. We all started a newspaper. Some of us started radio. But we never had anything that took care of all of us professionally. And that's very important because we are a profession. We're not a bunch of creative people doing fiction. Every day we go out and we report for whatever medium that we report on, right, or for. So we need to share our experiences. I remember when I joined the Insider and Primish was saying, oh, competition. I said, you know, there should be a lot of us around. We only compete for the advertising dollars, but we need to get together and we need a diversity of opinion, all of us, any language, any medium. And having that diversity, we need the unity. The unity I see today, as I'm told, Govind really impressed. All of us are here. It's a start.
When I was in the NUJ, one of the things which was really frustrating was that the profession is really fragmented in terms of language and in terms of ownership. So I think that it would be a mistake to think that we can leave it to Barisan Nasional or Pakatan Rakyat, if they ever come into power, to democratize the media. I think that role needs to be played more fully by journalists, and for the longest time there hasn't really been a body that unites the profession across the board. I mean, as Govind has explained before, NUJ represents print media and also print media only in the peninsula. Is that right? Yeah. And then you have the National Press Club, which is a social club, not really something that upholds the interests of the profession. And then you have, CIJ, which is a media advocacy group, so which plays a different kind of role, a necessary and important role, and a different kind of role. So my support for IOJ stems from, I think, my understanding of the need to have a platform which will unite people across, which will unite the profession. I don't think it's going to solve all the issues that we face. I think it's just a starting point, and it's going to be what we make of it.
I think it's really time for us to have something like this to take a more activist kind of position, and something which I think that is important to all of us to defend our profession. In fact, I have a suggestion. One of the first things that we can do, I do not know whether it can be successful, but it is to perhaps convince all the journalists who have been beaten, detained, hospitalized and all that last Saturday, to perhaps file a class suit, judicial review or a civil suit. Yeah, that's right. But then, of course, we need to, especially those from the mainstream, we need to get them to support that, since that they are buying to the employers. But if we can convince them, I think it'd be good for a start. Really, I think the violence against journalists is something that we have not seen before. Really, I think a lot of you have covered demonstration before, and most of the time they respect. I mean, you get harassed every now and then, but most of the time they respect who we are, journalists. But not this time. I think it is something that is well, I guess backward. We're really going backwards on this, and I think we really have to take a stand on this. Really, otherwise, every time we cover a demonstration, we get bashed. And I think the badge which is our badge of honor no longer can protect us from harm. And I think really we have to tell the perpetrators of violence on Saturday that they have to respect that badge.
The attendees agreed that a body is needed to represent all journalists in a single organization that will speak out on all professional issues affecting them, issues that neither the National Unions of Journalists nor the Malaysian Press Institute undertake.
MalaysiaKini.com.
For the Malaysia Kini.
For the Malaysia Kini.